Good morning everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to explain about the cell organelles. In the previous class I have explained about the definition of cell, discovery of cell, difference between the plants and an animal cell, structure of animal cell, structure of plant cell. So let us move further. So today in this video I am going to talk about the cell organelles. So let's start. Plasma membrane. All living cells enclosed in a thin, living and selectively permeable membrane called plasma membrane. So all the living cells, they are enclosed in a thin, living and selectively permeable membrane called plasma membrane. Selectively permeable means cell membrane is the one that certain molecules or ions it pass through by means of active and passive transport. The plasma membrane, it is also called as the cell membrane. It is the membrane found in all cells. They are found in all cells that separates by the interior of the cell from the outside environment. And a plasma membrane, it consists of 30 to 40% of lipids. It consists of 30 to 40% of lipids and 60 to 100% of proteins. In animal cell, it surrounds the protoplasm, whereas in plant cell, it is next to the cell wall. Plasma membrane, it transports the molecules. Promotion of osmosis and diffusion. Osmosis, it is nothing but the movement of water by diffusion. And plasma membrane is basically made up of lipid and protein. This is the structure of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, it consists of carbohydrate chain, alpha helix protein, cholesterol, inner membrane, outer membrane, hydrophobic region, protein. So here you can see in the structure carbohydrate chain. Carbohydrates are the third major component of plasma membrane. They are always found on the exterior surface of the cell and are bound either to proteins or to lipids. Plasma membrane consists of outer membrane and inner membrane. Both surfaces of the plasma membrane are hydrophilic, and the interior of the membrane between its two surfaces is a hydrophobic. Both surfaces of the plasma membrane consist of hydrophilic and hydrophobic region. Fluid mosaic model. The fluid mosaic model was first proposed by S.J. Singer and Garth L. Nicholson in 1972 to explain the structure of plasma membrane. So according to this model, the plasma membrane consists of a double layer of lipid molecules and globular protein molecules and steroids distributed at random. So the fluid mosaic model explains various observations regarding the structure of functional cell membranes. So according to this biological model, there is a lipid bilayer in which protein molecules are embedded. The lipid bilayer gives fluidity and elasticity to the membrane, and small amounts of carbohydrates are also found in the cell membrane. This biological model, which was discovered by S.J. Singer and Garth L. Nicholson in 1972, this model describes the cell membrane as a two-dimensional liquid that restricts the lateral diffusion of membrane components. So the fluid mosaic hypothesis was formulated by Singer and Nicholson in the year 1970s. So according to this model, membranes are made up of lipids, proteins and carbohydrates. The protein molecules are globular proteins. Here the protein molecules, they are the globular proteins, and these proteins penetrate or lie at the periphery to form a mosaic pattern. Heads of the phospholipid molecules of the two layers are directed in opposite directions, while tails of the two layers face each other. So the heads of the phospholipid molecules, they are directed in opposite direction, whereas the tails of the two layers, they face. Whereas in the animal cells, glycolipids and cholesterol are also present along with the proteins. So along with the proteins, in animal cell, glycolipids and cholesterol are also present. So this was about the fluid mosaic model, which was proposed by the two scientists, Singer and Nicholson. So this model states that the plasma membrane consists of a double layer of lipid molecules and globular proteins. Now let us discuss about the functions of plasma membrane. The plasma membrane or the cell membrane provides protection for a cell. So basically it provides protection to the cell, and it also provides a fixed environment inside the cell. And that membrane has several different functions to perform. One is to transport nutrients into the cell and also transport toxic substances out of the cell. So this membrane has several different functions. It transports essential nutrients to the cell, and it also transport or remove the toxic substances from the cell. So the plasma membrane, it maintains the size and shape of the cell. Now next, coming to the next organelle, that is Golgi complex. So this Golgi complex was first discovered by Italian physician Camillo Golgi in the year 1897. Golgi complex is regarded as the enzyme factory of the cell. It is regarded as the enzyme factory of the cell. This organelle helps in process and package of proteins and lipid molecules. So it is mainly responsible for transporting, modifying and packaging protein and lipid. The Golgi complex is regarded as Golgi material, Golgi bodies in eukaryotic advanced animals known as dicytosomes in plants and animals. So this Golgi complex, it is also known as Golgi material and Golgi bodies in eukaryotic animals. Generally, Golgi complex, it is absent in prokaryotic cells. This is the structure of Golgi complex. Golgi complex consists of cisternae, vesicle, incoming transport vesicle, secretory vesicle, newly forming vesicle, lumen or lamella. Here you can see in the structure cisternae. In most eukaryotes, the Golgi apparatus is made up of a series of compartments and is a collection of fused, flattened, membrane enclosed disc known as cisternae, originating from vascular clusters that bud of the endoplasmic reticulum. In Golgi complex, there are a series of compartments called cisternae is present. Along with that, some vesicles are also present. The Golgi apparatus is responsible for transporting, modifying and packaging proteins and lipids into vesicles for delivery to targeted destinations, and it is located in the cytoplasm next to the endoplasmic reticulum and near the cell. So this was about the structure of Golgi complex. Functions of Golgi complex. It secretes various enzymes and hormones. So this Golgi complex, it secretes various enzymes and hormones, and it helps in the formation of primary lysosomes. It forms the acrosome at the sperms, and it is involved in cell secretion. The vital function of the Golgi apparatus is packaging and secretion of proteins, as I have said earlier. It receives protein from endoplasmic reticulum and it packages it into membrane-bound vesicles, which are then transported to various destinations such as lysosomes, plasma membrane or secretion. Mitochondria. Mitochondria is present in eukaryotes except mammalian RBC, and they are absent in prokaryotes. The mitochondria is bounded by two lipoprotein unit membranes, namely outer membrane and inner membrane. So this mitochondria, it is bounded by the two lipoprotein unit. They are the outer membrane and inner membrane. In between them lies perimitochondrial matrix. So in between these two layers lies the perimitochondrial matrix, and this matrix consists of water, minerals and enzymes. This mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Why? They are known as the powerhouse of the cell because They are responsible for making ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the cell's main energy-carrying molecule. That's why they are known as the powerhouse of the cell. The process of making ATP is known as cellular respiration. So by using the chemical energy found in glucose and other nutrients. So here the ATP molecules are made. So the mitochondria are responsible for making adenosine triphosphate ATP. That's why they are known as the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria, it consists of inner membrane, outer membrane, DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid, ATP synthesis particles, intermembrane space matrix, cisternae, ribosomes, and granules. Inner chamber of this mitochondria contains DNA, RNA, and ribosomes. Mitochondria are the site of aerobic respiration. These organelles act like digestive system, which take in nutrients, break them down, and create energy-rich molecules for the cell. And also they have their own ribosomes, RNA and DNA, and limited by two lipoprotein membrane, inner membrane, because folded to form cisternae. Next, let us study the function of mitochondria. Mitochondria are the centers of aerobic respiration, and they are the site of synthesis and storage of energy as ATP, hence called powerhouse of the cell. As I have said earlier, they are known as the powerhouse of the cell because it serves as site for synthesis of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of cell, through the process of aerobic cellular respiration. As they have circular DNA and ribosomes, so they synthesize few proteins for their own. Thus, they are called semi-autonomous cell organelles. These mitochondria are known as semi-autonomous cell organelles because they synthesize their own few proteins. Now, next we will study about the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a well-developed electron microscopic network of double membrane bond channels. So this endoplasmic reticulum is a well-developed electron microscopic network of double membrane bond channels, and they are distributed throughout the cytoplasm, extending from the nucleus to the margins of the cell. They are distributed. Endoplasmic reticulum is fully developed and differentiated in eukaryotic cells but absent in prokaryotes. So these endoplasmic reticulum are fully developed and differentiated in eukaryotic cells, but they are absent in prokaryotes. Structure of endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum consists of cisternae, ribosomes, cisternal space, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Morphologically, the endoplasmic reticulum is composed of three structures, namely cisternae, vesicles, and tubules. The cisternae are long, flattened, sac-like, unbranched tubules of 40 to 50 microns diameter arranged parallelly in the bundles. You can see here in the structure. And then vesicles, they are oval membrane bond vacuolar structures scattered in the cytoplasm and ranges from 25 to 500 microns. Tubules are wider tubular branched elements of 5 to 150 microns in diameter. All these three different types of components join in a reticulate manner to form the cytoskeleton of the endoplasmic reticulum. And this endoplasmic reticulum remains continuous with the membranes of plasma membrane, nuclear membrane, and Golgi complex. And based on the presence and absence of ribosomes, the endoplasmic reticulum is of two types: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here you can see in the structure smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These smooth endoplasmic reticulum are without ribosomal particles and present mainly near cell membrane and mainly consist of tubules. These smooth endoplasmic reticulum are formed from rough endoplasmic reticulum by the loss of ribosomes. Next, the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum consists of ribosomes present on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, and they are mainly present near the nucleus. And this rough endoplasmic reticulum consists of cisternae, and they are formed by nuclear membrane. Rough endoplasmic reticulum means here the ribosomes, they are present on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, whereas in smooth endoplasmic reticulum ribosomes are absent. So that's why they are known as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next, the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum forms ultrastructural skeletal framework to the cell. So it provides ultrastructural skeletal framework to the cell, and also it gives mechanical support to the colloidal cytoplasmic matrix, and it takes part in the transportation of substances. It is an efficient intracellular transportation channel which connects nuclear membrane and cell membrane and permits the exchange of molecules through its membranes by the process of osmosis, diffusion, and active transport. So this was about the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. So today in this video I have explained about the structure and function of plasma membrane, structure and function of Golgi complex, structure and function of mitochondria, and structure and function of endoplasmic reticulum. In the next video I will explain further the leftover part. In the next video, I will explain about the ribosomes, vacuoles, lysosomes, nucleus in the part 2. If you like my video, please do like, share and comment, and also subscribe. Thank you.